Hello there, race fans, and welcome to All Camper TV's coverage of the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series, live here from the Lucas Oil Raceway here in Indiana, and we are live for the Skeeber Flob's Kettle 125. That's 125 laps around this just under 7/10 of a mile short track that nobody uses anymore. Wish they did. A lot of grid races here, but yeah, they're gonna actually use it here for the opening round of the opening race of the second round of the playoffs here tonight. And as always, joining me in the booth is Katie Reed. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to get this race started. I was ready to move down to 6 drivers here. Had a little bit of fun in that first round with all 8 of them in there. Some mishaps. And of course, that last race when a driver missed, it kind of threw everything out of whack. But either way, we're down to 6. And for a moment, I was kind of catching my breath a little bit there. I didn't know if Bradley Cross was going to make it in. He made it in, at the last possible second. So either way, it's good to see all 6 drivers here. Have a little bit of a smaller field than usual, but I think that just helps the chase drivers in the end.
Yeah, the 44, Michael Atkins Jr., the 30 of Brad Cross, the 42 of Jim Foose, the 20 of Devin Sarah, the 1 of Jason Stewart, and the 24 of Alan Young are still alive to race in this round to try and be one of the 4 trucks moving on to Homestead. And just under a month, I believe we have actually 4 straight weeks of coverage for the first time in this season. Just about. So, of course, we've got tonight at Lucas Oil. Next week is at Texas, and then the week after is in Phoenix. So 2 very difficult tracks and a 1.5 mile track thrown into the mix. This is going to be a extremely challenging round for these playoff contenders. And I believe Katie has the weather.
I do indeed. It is a brisk 66 degrees outside. Normally, we've been racing lately in high temperatures, but down to 66 for the track and air temp, both the same, 54 on humidity with slight winds out of the north at 3 miles per hour, partly cloudy.
And looking at the qualifying order, last week's winner, grabbing his first ever win in the ASRS truck division, the 20 of Devin Sarah, on pole by 7/1000ths of a second over the 36 of Ty Hester. Kevin Mingus putting down an extremely good qualifying lap for himself up in the 3rd position. Jared Mogard in 4th, and Troy Hatt rounds out your top 5. So far, we still have a couple of guys that need to make a qualifying run. I'm not sure if the 44 and the 30 have been out and just ended up hitting the wall and having their times disallowed, as well as the 19 of Andrew Garrels. But if so, we only have 30 trucks starting out here tonight. That's just about 6 under what we normally have on any given Tuesday.
Yeah, not a relatively large field in terms of the normal numbers we're about to pull, but either way, it's going to be a good race here. A lot of these times relatively close, especially the top 10. They're going to be very close throughout the night, within 0.3 of each other. So I'm really excited to see that. Devin Sarah, after finally capturing a win this season, it's good to see him doing so well. Hopefully he'll take some time here to dominate this race and maybe get himself a win and solidify himself into the next round. Of course, we still have 2 rounds to go, 2 races to go in this round, but who knows? Having a good race here might set you up for the long run.
Yeah, win and you're into the championship for at Homestead. They didn't use that mentality throughout the regular season, but in the playoffs, winning you're in and you advance to the next round, which there's only 1 round left with Homestead. Michael Atkins Jr. and Brad Cross, they have their work cut out for them, as well as Jason Stewart, pretty much bombing his qualifying effort with a fast 4 minutes 16 seconds and so on. A lot of the chase driver, 3 of the remaining 6 starting in the absolute back of the pack tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Jason as being a little conservative. You can't really tell at that time, but who knows? Who knows what's going through the mind of Jason Stewart? Either way, he practiced 7th on the speed chart, so he's got a relatively quick truck here. I think maybe what he's shooting for Wes, I think you'll agree here, is trying to avoid those accidents, especially when you're in the chase and it's getting so close to the end here. You cannot get caught up in an accident with these drivers that were down to the top 6. They're very, very talented. They're going to get these good finishes, and you cannot take a chance of getting caught up in a wreck.
And going to catch you up on the rest of them. Jim Foose qualified in the 19th position in that number 42. Alan Young, the 24 in 13th. And, of course, Devin Sarah looks like he's going to be on the pole here tonight, as we just got about under a minute and a half to go before we get these trucks gridded up. And I believe there should be 2 pace laps around here. Not sure. Don't really race at Lucas Oil a lot. So, you know, have a couple pace laps, and then we'll be under the green flag. I believe we have advanced the session, so we're going to get the grid a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think it's I think the admins noticed they were not going to have enough time to set a lap here, not really get up to speed, so he went ahead and forwarded it. Nobody was trying to put down a lap.
All right, well, going to let a couple more of these guys get up here. And get ready for your starting grid here for tonight's Skeeber Flobs Kettle 125. Devin Sarah in the number 20 on the pole. To his outside is the 36 of Ty Hester. Kevin Mingus rolling in the 3rd position, and Jared Bogard, the 01, not on the grid yet, but he qualified in the 4th position. 63 of Troy Hatt in 5th. Alex Geese in 6th. Got Devin Armstrong in 7th. Tim Knott 8th. Jonathan Holstein in 9th. And Tyler Reed rounds out your top 10. Then you have Dominic Lee in 11th. 12th went to Scott Smith. Alan Young in 13th. Jordan Harnish in that number 2 truck in 14th. Edward Bray in 15th. Lee Staples 16th. 17th goes to Scott Holler. Tom Giannini in 18th. Jim Foose 19th. And Jeremy Banning rounding out your top 20. And then John Kennedy qualified in the 21st position. 22nd went to Jacob Greider. Andy Diablo in the 97 back in 23rd. Steve Buhala, the 43 truck, out here again this week in the 24th position. Jared Haggerty 25th. Chris Titus 26th. And last truck to take time in 27th is the one of Jason Stewart. Brad Cross, Andrew Garrels, and Michael Atkins Jr. rounds out your 30 truck field here tonight. And we should be getting ready to roll here momentarily, waiting for the pace car.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually have Michael Atkins Jr. on the mic real quick, getting a very quick word with him, as he's currently at the back of pit lane right now. These guys just about to start moving. Hey, Michael, you got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, well...
well, yeah, ma'am, whatever.
I got you. It's fine. Starting out back here, do you have any particular plan going down to this green flag here?
Just right in the back, because this is what I'm viewing as the wild card around Texas. Phoenix is 2 pretty good tracks, but way this track layout is, it's a top groove, and it's going to be a lot of, should I say, like dirt track dive bombing down to the bottom and slide up in front of the car and up on the top lane, and we'll just see how it goes.
All right, bud. Well, we wish you the best of luck. We'll let you get down to racing, and you're going to go green here relatively soon.
Yep.
All right, again, that was the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. starting dead last in this field, coming from 30th, but he has competition with him as well. The 30 of Brad Cross out back in the 28th spot, and the one of Jason Stewart also in the chase in the 27th spot.
And pace car's got him rolling down the backstretch right now, getting ready to turn this field loose. Devin Sarah on point, going to wait until he gets around to turn number 4. We always go on green on the first start. And that's Speed Coast Chevrolet ready to get this race underway here. And there is the green, and we are underway here at Lucas Oil. A good start from that 36 on the high side as well. Mogard behind him, getting ready to pass Mingus, but that bottom side is definitely not where these trucks want to be, as Ty Hester takes the lead, heading off into 3.
Yeah, already stolen the first spot there. Devin going to have to move back to second. The 01 of Jared Mogard not wasting any time getting himself up in 3rd. Side by side, we've got 77 and 94 down the bottom, trying to take that spot away. Kevin Mingus right now trying to get a little bit of speed there. He didn't quite do anything. He actually started off third and is now losing 2 spots back to fifth.
Yeah, that 94 needs to get to that high side as quick as he can. He's going to try and squeeze in front of the 41 Tim Knott. Still trying to battle with that 77 as our second place drivers have caught up with each other. Devin Sarah and Jared Mogard. Sarah gets a good turn there in 1 and 2, but behind them, looks like pretty much we're getting single file pretty deep in the pack. I believe Tom Giannini's first one side by side with anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going through the field here, trying to find everyone that's not getting single file, and he was actually side by side with a 42 chase driver of Jim Foose, who's actually got to get himself a good finish here. Got to be clean throughout the night. Currently running behind the 15 of Jeremy Banning down the backstretch.
Yeah, that 42 tucks in behind that 15, working their way out of turn number 4 right now, and basically we've got just a conga line of trucks running this high groove now here at Lucas Oil. The bottom is not as banked as the top. We call that progressive banking in racing, and that's why everybody's using that high lane, trying to get the maximum amount of speed out of these trucks every single turn.
I think someone told them it was Talladega and they've got 1,000 laps to go, because they're just riding around that top side, not going side by side. Someone that just started diving is the 70 of Jonathan Holstein. He was eliminated from the chase last round. Currently got the 21 side by side with him. He actually dove underneath the 18 of Dominic Lee, was not able to pull that pass off and ended up losing one spot to the 21 of Scott Smith and going even further back now.
Yeah, it's just about the opposite of Talladega, though. The high side is where you want to be, and the 70 right now, Holstein left out to dry on that bottom. Going to have to tuck in behind this 24. Alan Young, one of our playoff contenders. He passed for the 13th position out on the track. A little bit ahead of him, though. Devin Armstrong at 37 trying to muscle his way around the 63 of Troy Hatt. Will do it. Here comes the crossover from the 63. Not going to be able to get that truck into the spot, and going to relinquish that 7th position to that 59.
Yeah, Wes, I'm actually focusing up front here. We've got a battle for the 2nd spot. The 01 of Jared Mogard starting to dive down underneath that 20 of Devin. Sarah's done it quite a bit of times, not able to pull it off, as he almost takes out the 20 there. Says a little sorry over the radio, but he's got to be very careful. We still got a long way to go in this 125 lap race.
Yeah, Mogard just got a little tight, a little too far on the bottom, and pushed up into that 20. Devin Sarah, though, taking it like a champ right there. Actually, back here, Dominic Lee, the 18, has passed the 63 for the 9th position, and it just looks like, I mean, we're just snaking it around. One truck on the move, though, that 44, Michael Atkins Jr., already up to 24th, up 6 spots. One of your biggest movers of the race so far. He's setting his sights on that 39 of Jared Haggerty, who at Talladega didn't exactly make any friends out here racing. We do have somebody around.
Ooh, 66 is super slow on the backstretch there. Edward Bray, he lost so many spots up against the wall, but it looks like he was able to hang on to it. I don't see anyone else spinning, so it must have been him. He's all the way back to the 18th spot, finally able to get single file and fit into the lane here. Someone I did want to highlight is that 59 of Tyler Reed. Look at that beautiful paint job. If you guys can see it. Dwight Schrute from the office. You got to love it. Side by side with the 41 of Tim Knott. This is for the 6th position on the racetrack. Oh, didn't look like Tim Knott got the greatest exit there, but either way, going to be able to hold on to that position there.
Yeah, and Jared Mogard has finally made his way around that 20, I believe. Sarah decided to go ahead and let him go here. He's now got the 77 filling that rear view mirror as these leaders are catching up on lap traffic. I believe the 19, Andrew Garrels, already a lap down here on lap 13 of this race.
Yeah, he actually spun by himself on the front stretch. We didn't catch it because he got going so quickly. It was actually a really beautiful spin, if I had to say so myself. But yeah, was able to catch it and keep going. But unfortunately, he is now going to lose his 2nd lap of the race, and he is falling back very quickly here.
Now, another thing I want to point out, Jason Stewart is back here racing with the 89 of John Kennedy and the 97 of Andy Diablo. These guys are already 16 seconds behind our race leader, just about 17. And we're only running 23-second laps. So Ty Hester right now diving into turn 1. You got Jason Stewart coming off of turn 2. They've only got a turn advantage. And Stewart and Brad Cross, they're definitely going to have to get the let out if they want to save themselves from going down a lap early on in this race.
No, you are absolutely right. In the last lap actually was a 22.43. We'll see Ty Hester come across the line now. He actually improved on that at 22.39. So he is easily booking it in the 22-second category. So we'll see him get up to Jason Stewart relatively quickly here. He's got to be careful. And, of course, Brad Cross is right in front of him side by side with the 5 of Scott Haller.
Yeah, Haller back here. There goes Stewart to try and get underneath the 5 as well. Looks like Haller's going to maintain that outside lane, get the momentum coming off of 2. He's going to have to check up for Titus in front of him, that 25 black and red Traxxas Chevrolet. Brad Cross underneath him as well, trying to take over that 24th position. Here comes Stewart, a little loose coming off of turn number 4.
Yeah, and if there's anyone you don't want to be around right now, if it's someone with a little bit of bad luck, is the 25 of Chris Titus. I have seen him involved in more wrecks, not of his doing, this entire race season than anyone else. It's just unbelievable how much trouble he's had. Unfortunately for him, though, it seems like it's continuing on this racetrack as he's fallen back to the 26th position here. Focusing up front, I'm going to jump to the 59 again. Tyler Reed going to the inside of Dominic Lee. I believe he's actually lost a spot here.
Yeah, he's lost a couple of spots, got a little bit of some bumper love from that 18. I believe that's the correct phase. Dominic Lee into the wall after a little bit of net code with the 59. Dominic Lee will lose a ton of time, fit in between the 37 and the 24. Here comes Harness on the inside of the 21. Dominic Lee going to dive it to the inside of the 37. Going to have to slow up. Harness checks up, locks him up, gets a little loose on entry, and almost into Scott Smith there.
Yeah, a little bit of trash talk as well. You guys can't hear that as the broadcasting can. Dominic Lee not happy about what just happened, and we'll see if he can cool down a little bit. Either way, he's going to get attacked almost immediately by the 21, trying to dive below the 37. It's not going to happen. Maybe squeeze up in front of Scott Smith into the wall. 21 goes.
Yeah, going to lose a ton of time. There goes Alan Young around him. Here comes the 70 of Holstein. I'm going to try and get around that 21 as well. 21 going to have a lot of right side damage, smacking that wall, and smacked the wall coming off of 2 a little bit. If he didn't, he was extremely close.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, luckily these guys have a little while to run here before they come anywhere close on fuel mileage. We'll keep you guys up to date on that. Either way, I'm really going to focus right now on the 41 of Tim Scott leading this little pack right now. He's currently up to the 5th position. Good to see him do that. He started 8th, able to make up some spots here. Back behind him, you've got the 94 of Kevin Mingus and the 59 of Tyler Reed, trying to make up some time on the top 5 now.
Yeah, and our leader just now fighting through lap traffic as well. Just got around the 25. 94 into the wall. Kevin Mingus going to lose a couple of spots there. I believe he just lost a 6th spot to the 59 of Tyler Reed. We're going to have to see when he comes back around here on the front stretch how much damage he's got to that 94 Toyota.
And, the 5 is sideways right in front of Jared Mogart in 2nd spot. I cannot believe he caught that. Oh, my God. That
here comes
truck was
Devin
so
Sarah.
sideways, and here comes the 20 of Devin Sarah.
Yeah, that was, woo, that was nuts. Sarah, unfortunately, not going to be able to take over that spot and take advantage, but that's just going to extend that 36 lead of Ty Hester. And
we have Allstate good hands of the race.
Yeah.
Scott Huller might have earned it already. Either way, we've got the 01 of Jared Mogart up in front of the 20 of Devin Sarah, and look who's behind him. Alex East coming out back, trying to make up any spots he can. Currently running in the 4th position, has gained 2 since the beginning of this race after qualifying 6 on the night.
Just looking for more battles back here. 94 side by side with the 63. 63 on the inside. Hatton not going to be able to get there, and lose a little couple of truck links there. Going to try to dive it in again, trying to see if somebody can start laying down some rubber on that inside lane, get that inside lane heated up. Maybe, just maybe, that'll start forming as a passing lane. Behind them, the 18 and the 37 are duking it out.
Yeah, absolutely. 18 Dominic Lee.
Oh, there it
flips
is.
the 37. This will be your first caution here. Oh, they're going to come back up on the racetrack. There it is, the yellow, the 37, the 18. Not the first time these guys have tangled up this race. And that was clearly just the 18. Unfortunately, could not keep that truck down. Came up into the 37 and cleaned them both out.
Well, I will attest that there is no default setup for this track with the trucks. They are using the 5 flags fixed setup, and I don't think they've done any tweaks to it. So besides maybe a fuel, but just shy of the fuel window as well. Caution comes out in lap 28 of the scheduled 125.
Who was the last driver on the lead lap right before that caution came out? The one of Jason Stewart, running the chase right now in the 24th position. Obviously, Dominic Lee is currently holding on to that last spot on the lead lap after Jason got past him during that accident. But Jason really lucky that that caution came out. He was about to lose his lap.
Yeah, heavy damage on that 18. There was already heavy damage on that 37, and we're pitting. All leaders are in.
Now, there are going to be a couple of guys staying out here. Those are your drivers that lost a lap there, and a couple of lead lap drivers as well. We'll have to check here to see exactly who decided to stay out. But they cannot make it on fuel. They got to go another about 17 laps before they can make it on fuel. So they will have to pit again, and it looks like we've got Ty Hester off of pit lane first.
Yeah, Alex Geese behind him, the 2001. Looks like the 41, the 59, the 2, the 94, and the 63 with the 24 right behind him. I believe that's your top 10 off of pit road. Dynamite stop out of the 77 camp.
Yeah, it was a beautiful stop, actually. And I'm looking at, it believes the lucky dog is going to be the 89 of John Kennedy here. Was able to get that lap back. Good to see. That will put 25 drivers, 25 on the lead lap here. We did have a driver stay out, but I do believe he's going to come in, and that was the 19 of Andrew Garles. He doesn't have to come in. He can stay out if he wants to try and get the wave around and hope for a quick caution here. But if he stays out, he is going to get eat up.
Yeah, I believe he is going to take that wave around, and he's going to have to get it pretty quick because Ty Hester is putting down a blistering pace for this race right now. Already 31 laps complete, and we're under 15 minutes. So this race is going by pretty fast, and Hester is definitely on a rail tonight so far in that 36 Hitachi Toyota.
Yeah, we went almost 30 laps on that first green flag run. That's really good for these guys, being able to put down some laps competing. We saw how exciting those side-by-side battles can get out there. Well, luckily they get themselves a quick break here during this caution, and of course we'll see how the field stacks up here. But I do think, like you mentioned, the 19 Andrew Garles will get the wave around here, so he'll go back on the lead lap after losing one that first time. And it looks like to me we've got 5 drivers that are currently 1 lap down, including the 18 of Dominic Lee, who was just involved in that accident.
And there he goes to go get that lap back. Your top 5 right now: Ty Hester, Alex Geese, Devin Sarah, Jared Mogard, and the 59 of Tyler Reed. Now, Hester is on the inside lane. I don't think we get to switch pick lanes in this series, so whatever iRacing deals, they do. Yeah, pace car is off though. Ty Hester under command of the field. Alex Geese to his outside, that number 77, Devin Sarah, one of the chase drivers, and you can always tell them from the banners on top of their windshield and the spoilers on the truck. Green flag, back out in the air. Ty Hester with a great jump over that 77-20 on the inside of Geese as well. Here comes Mogard to follow the 20. Let's see if Sarah can clear the 77. Will do out of turn number 2. Mogard pushing. Oh!
You got to watch this exit out of turn 2. These guys are cleaning out some drivers here. Either way, he's going to go side by side through the corner again, trying to get up a spot after that restart. Can't quite do it. He's going to have to fall back to 4th, side by side behind him. The 2 of Jordan Harnish, and of course the 59 of Tyler Reed, who actually involved in an accident earlier on with the 18 of Dominic Lee, as they get ever so closely on the exit of turn 2.
looks like the top half the field, everybody in front of, and including the 24 of Jim Fu, single file back here at the 64. Lee Staples side by side with the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. already up into the 14th position, already through half of the field. This quick in the race, I believe if he can get to the front, he's going to have something for that 36 later on in this race.
I think me and him have different definitions of cruising out back. This is not cruising out back. Michael Atkins Jr. absolutely burning this field down. He practiced 10th. He's got a quick car here, currently up to the 14th position. So he's got at least a couple more spots that looks like he's going to be able to get. We'll see what he can do here, but 2 spots up is Jim Foose having a good run here tonight. Qualified 19th up to the 12th position.
And he definitely needs this run, that number 42, the Vegas Strong livery on that Chevrolet. Definitely needs a good run here. Let's see where else. Alan Young actually started in 13th, got to 63 to his inside right now. Another one of our playoff contenders up to the 8th position. And those are pretty much your top chasers right now between the 42, 24, and the 20, of course, out there in second. Hunting down the 36, actually down to under and half a second out front. Hester might have some company here very shortly.
And doing a very good job of catching him right now. His last lap was a little bit quicker than Hester. They're about even on time, but every now and then you'll see Devin get just, you know, 100th here, 100th there, and he's been catching them.
Making their way off of turn number 4. That 36 did pull a little bit more time out of there. Actually, just shaved off 100. Did the 20. But yeah, I believe Sarah might be burning those tires up a little bit too early off in his run. Now, I believe you said the magic number right now is 47 or 48 for the fuel window, Katie?
Correct. 48 is when they can pit and make it from there. I'm not saying they should pit under green. I'm saying if for some reason they decide to, they will be able to make it. And actually, I'm looking at a car right now. The 37, I'm sorry, no, that is the 39 of Jared Haggerty. He actually got really loose there, lost a couple of positions up in front of him. One of the guys almost affected by that was the 30 of Brad Cross, who's in this chase, just trying to keep clean right now. He's easily the last cup driver, or the last chase driver, I should say, in this race right now, trying to get past that 25. Oh, dove in that corner. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, up in front of him.
37. Oh, 39. Oh. Blown motors for both the 37 and the 39. A couple of more trucks involved in that as well on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like the 19, I believe, of Garrels, and the 97.
Yeah, 97. Oh, Dominic Lee, he almost T-boned the 19 as he was spinning. Luckily, he got clear him just in time. But yeah, that involved a couple of drivers out there. I'm not quite sure. It was very clearly started with the 37. We're gonna have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, both the 97 and the 19 were able to drive away from that, but we're gonna go back and look
it
here.
looks like the 37 actually got into the 43 of Steve Buhala, got loose and just spun up in front of that field, and unfortunately the 39 nowhere to go, 97 nowhere to go, 19 just got way too sideways trying to slow down, and that means the 37 of Devin Armstrong is out of this race.
I must say, Chris Titus, he really had a pucker moment right there.
You think? Yeah, just a little bit. And it's important to note, we had a couple of drivers stay out under this green, under this yellow flag. The 36 of Ty Hester, the 2 of Jordan Harness, the 59 of Tyler Reed. And as we go back through the field, it was about half and half, it looks like. But either way, the drivers that are pitting, I don't know, they're pitting at lap 46. They get another caution here. They can make it.
Yeah, that is true. And judging by what we have seen for short track racing here, in the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series. I mean, we're looking back, the first race, Martinsville, of course, that's always a caution fest. 11 cautions there. Then we went to Richmond, 8 cautions. Rockingham with 8 cautions. Iowa with 6. And then we came to Bristol and had 6 cautions as well. The series has gotten better and better with cautions, decreasing the number every race that they've ran on these short tracks. I'm calling those under half miles. But, you know, right now we're only working on our 2nd caution of the night. And got to say, the guys are doing a real bang-up job down there.
And I tell you what, look back to the first driver that decided to come in under that. That was what used to be 2nd place, the 20 of Devin Sarah. And he's now back to the 15th position. So you really did have half the field decide to come in, half the field decide to stay out. So it's going to be really interesting how they line up throughout this race. I do think there's going to be at least one more caution, and he might just be shooting for a green flag run here. That is the 20 of Devin Sarah. Who knows? We'll have to see what comes into play. He's got another chase driver right in front of him. He's got actually a couple of chase drivers right in front of him, a small group all together there with Alan Young, Jim Foose, Michael Atkins Jr., and Devin Sarah.
And the big question I would have for that 20 is how aggressive are you going to be on this restart? The guys in front of them are on at least 12 lap old tires, and that's racing laps, not including the caution laps. Those guys are going to be incredibly slower than the back half of the field who did come down and take tires. But irregardless, we'll see how that 20 makes it through the field. The 36 still in command of the field. Green flag back out on the speedway here, completing lap 49. Hester with a great jump over the 2 of Harnish to 59. Also clear of 3rd. Here comes Mingus on the outside of Giannini back here. Giannini going to tuck in behind that 94 as they head off into 3.
Yeah, looking at side by side with the 41 of Tim Knott and Jared Mogart down there on the bottom. Remember, he's on old tires here and won't be able to hold it down nearly as easy as these guys with fresh tires. All the way out back, still stuck around the 14th position, the 44. Oh, Michael Atkins Jr. on the wall. Just rushed it, got into
There's
it,
Staples
lost a couple
too.
positions. Caution is out. Oh, for the 97. The 97 involved. That is Andy Diablo, who just got in an accident with the 5 of Scott. Oh, it was actually the 03 involved that started that.
Yeah.
Had about 3 drivers involved.
97 just started to go around in 1, and probably a little bit of wheel hop with that number 97. 03 just completely careened into the back of that 97. But going back to that 44, though, Atkins really hard on the brakes, trying to keep off of Alan Young, and locks them up in front of the 42 of Jim Foose. And it looks like Lee Staples right behind him, that 64, had to lock him up as well. He comes into the grass, and just about, if not, he did get a little piece of the inside retaining wall there, did the 64 of Lee Staples. But, of course, the caution was for that 97 out in the back of the pack.
Yeah, it looks to me like Lee is really the only driver that decided to come in here. Lee and, of course, the 89 of John Kennedy, who's out back. He's got a bunch of damage to the front of his truck, trying to get some repaired there. But I don't think the 44 should be as worried as a couple of other drivers here with damage. But he did get into the wall there and rode it for just a little bit.
Yeah, just a touch of right front damage to the Lego 44. Rest of the truck, thankfully, is clean, except for the passenger side door as well, which I don't think there's going to be many a truck without some damage to that passenger side door running the high side here at Lucas Oil by the end of the night. I mean, just looking in front of him, Alan Young's got a little bit of damage. The 77's got some damage. The 41 has got a lot of damage to that that Halloween-themed Chevrolet left rear and right front. Mingus, of course, with a little bit of damage. And Hester has got some damage as well on the whole right side of that 36, and Harnish just a little bit with the right front.
Yeah, trying to look back at the 41 of Tim Knott. Oh, yes, I found it. On, looks like lap 41, he took a massive shot to the back of his truck from the 89 of John Kennedy. That would explain his damage. So that's exactly what happened with the 41 and 89.
Woo. Yeah, that front end on the 89 is extremely caved in.
Yeah, it happened right on a restart. The 41 didn't get going as quickly as the 89 did. He just gave him a nice big shot to the back of his truck. And unfortunately for the 89, that hurt him a little bit more than it hurt the 41. I do want to give you guys a quick race summary here before we go back to green. Your leader currently is the 36 of Ty Hester. He has led 53 laps so far. We've completed 54, coming to 55 here now. The total laps we're looking to complete is 125. We've had 2 lead changes so far with 3 cautions for 15 laps.
Really, he's led every single lap. It was just a iRacing communication glitch. It looks like a little bit more of a race control glitch with the 64. He's up here with the leaders right now. Don't know what's going on with Staples there. He's gonna have to drop to the back real fast. And if he wants to keep up with the field here on this restart, did end up going a lap down. First truck a lap down. Okay, don't know what's going on here with that 64. He just got into line there. All right, we should be having green flag here, and Ty Hester's down and away again. The 64 did not get going at all. Hung up the whole inside line right there. Giannini and Mogard going to be the two guys at the worst end of that deal. And Tim Knott's going to get around. Mogard's actually already to the high side. Giannini, though, is going to have to fight with the 77 of Alex Geese, as we do have a battle for second with the 59 and the 2.
Yeah, they have been side by side since the restart here. The 59 jumping to the inside there, trying to get the run up off. Can't quite do it, and that 2's going to hold him down. Not going to give him any room. Actually slams him in the door. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. The 94 trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Mingus saw the hole, but decided not to follow through with it. Here he goes to the outside of the 59. That's just a little bit of a short track beating and banging between that 59 and 2. Harnish, though, is clear. Here comes Mingus on the outside. I believe he did get a little piece of that wall. If not, he was extremely close again. 59 going to recoup that 3rd position. Mogard on a tear, though, trying to get around that 41 of Tim Knott. 15 actually into the side of the 77, almost into the 39 back here. It's starting to get crazy. We're just now approaching halfway.
It's getting a little too crazy for some of these chase drivers. They got to be careful here. This is causing nothing but trouble. I'm looking up at the 77, 33, 24, going down to the inside. Trying to take that spot, pass in front of him. 24, Alan Young not quite able to do anything with it. 33 has to get off the gas for just a moment there.
In front of him, though, Tim Knott underneath that 59. Very tight, coming off of turn number 2. And looks like, they're going to put Mogard into the wall just about. The 41, I don't know how Mogard didn't get into the outside wall with that. Alan Young, though, still out here. There goes Mogard again, battling with the 41. We're having a lot of back and forth here, trying to figure out which one we're going to watch. God!
Sooner or later, off of this second turn, these drivers on the high side are not going to give any room to the guys on the bottom, so all these dive bombs are not going to work. You see that almost come to fruition there out of turn 4, but that's really going to hurt these guys with old tires.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Devin Sayre's right behind him. He's underneath the 42 of Jim Foose, as we're still battling kind of towards the front of the field. Sayre not able to pull off the pass here. But given a good half a lane of room, rolling that bottom lane, Foose trying to squeeze him down there, and almost squeezing him a little bit too much. I believe he just gave him some right side damage.
Yeah, it's worth telling you guys, take notes here. The drivers, they know that Devin Sayre came in with 12 laps on his tires, with 12 laps fresher tires than a bunch of these guys in front of him, and he's not making up any spots. So they're going to have to look at that towards the end of this race, whether to decide to pit or not.
Yeah, that bottom lane is not coming in as well as it should have. Not a lot of guys going down there except for guys like the 01 of Mogard. Still unable to complete that pass on the 41 of Tim Knott. Basically now it's follow the leader right now from first on back. Speaking of leader, he is gone. He's got a 3-second advantage over Jordan Harnish, who's got a 1.8-second advantage over Kevin Mingus in third right now.
Yeah, talk about putting on a show. Ty Hester's killing it.
Yeah, I think he put in a lot of practice here this week. I mean, he does have a little bit of damage to that 36.
Sorry, 15. Jeremy Banning way out of whack. Lost 3 positions there on the front stretch. Almost completely sideways. Nice catch by him. He's going to have to go side by side with Alan Young because of it. Going to have to give up that spot. 4 total positions lost by him back to the 10th spot.
And tucked in right in front of that number 42. I mean, we got 5 chasers back here. Actually, all 6 of them within about 7 cars of each other. So, ooh, the 15 almost into the back bumper of that 24 in the middle of the turn. He's going to have to watch that.
Yeah, you're right. From 9th to 15th, or actually 17th. We've got all 6 drivers crammed into those positions there. This is going to be close if they end up finishing just like this.
And this is not where they want to be here at a short track either, as the 20 has got this he's got the 70 trying to get around him on the outside, trying to close the door, not going to be able to get there. Holstein right in front of the 44 and the 30 as well. Here comes Michael Atkins Jr. peeking to the inside, trying to follow the 20's tire tracks, and 44 to no avail. Is going to have to retain his spot, still trying to fight for that 13th position.
Yeah, I tell you what, someone's having to get past that 70, and that's the 20 of Devin Sayre. He actually gave the 70 a shot trying to get past him. The 70 was just so much slower than the 20 there. Luckily, Devin got past him, now has to deal with it. 44 of Michael Atkins Jr.
Jeez.
Oh, that was going to be close to 70, losing position now, dropping like a rock to a couple of chase drivers.
Yeah, 44 gets around, and the 30 of Brad Cross does as well. Alan Young now, or Scott Smith, excuse me. I don't know where I'm coming from with this one. 21 underneath that 70, got the 1 so far. Last place in the 6 competitors. Jason Stewart behind him, watching this battle, and now it's so close.
Look at this battle up here. The 41 of Tim Knott is leading a massive pack of drivers right now, going side by side as the 94. Oh, sideways the 33.
33. Giannini around, the 42 involved.
Oh, the 1 got a shot as well. 1 is involved. Jason Stewart took a shot. Oh, we gotta watch that replay. Oh, this looks like the 33 got into the back of the 15, spun around. The 42 hit him. He took a lot of damage there. What happened to the 1? The 1 trying to slow up took a shot from the 64 of Lee Staples.
Yeah, who in turn ended up plowing through the 1 and into the 33 of Giannini pretty much simultaneously, like bit bam boom. And 42 though, I believe he got the rawest deal of them all with the front end damage. Jason Stewart, he's got a lot of left rear damage, not so much on the front of that Visit Florida #1 Chevrolet. Just left side, really.
Yeah, that 42 clearly took the worst of that. I mean, he is just, his front end of his truck is almost completely toast right now. We'll have to see. It looks to me like he's able to keep up with speed. Of course, we're under caution now. We'll have to see how he fares, but he really needs to come in, which he absolutely will. So this is, oh, that's a ton of damage. He's not even gonna sit there and try to repair it. It'll be interesting throughout the end of this race.
Yeah, can't afford to. He's got to keep these spots that he has right now. Alan Young going to come out in front of him. Jason Stewart, believe he is down and away as well. Believe we have a couple of 2 tire takers here, or maybe at least 1. No, Harnish was up towards the front. Never mind. But the 2 and the 01 got around to 36 on pit exit and take over the 1st and 2nd spot respectively. A lot of lap down trucks in front of the guys, and the 63 actually, Troy Haight, stayed out as well. Don't know if he just missed his pit or what happened, but he got the lead that last lap.
Yeah, either way. Oh, looks like, sorry, it looks like the 03 almost got into our second place driver there. Looks like the 03 is going to bring it on in this time after he has been put down a lap. We'll see these guys start to bunch up a little bit. If we have any lap down driver is able to pit now. We'll see who comes out in that order. We'll have to check back with them in a little bit. But yeah, the 63 making a call to stay out and get himself a lap led. And I don't think he's going to come in because that was really his number one opportunity to pit right there.
And I mean, it's not like he has a slow truck. Qualified 5th on the night and has been up there in the top 10 for, I'd say, 75 to 85% of the race. So, you know, it's not like he's got a slow automobile there. The truck in front of him, though, Dominic Lee, going to get a wave around here. We should be getting the lights off the pace car next time by, so it's going to put the 18 back to 1 lap down as a big shakeup towards the front of the field. Top 5 right now, the 63 of Troy Hatt, Jordan Harnish in second, Jared Mogard in the 3rd position. Ty Hester, who has been putting on a dominant performance all night long, all the way back into the 4th position, and Tim Knott, that 41, going to restart in 5th. It's a good thing for Hester, though. He's restarting on that outside.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have the prime spot here. If we can just get going, get past that one, he'll easily be in the 3rd position. Maybe the 2nd position. We'll see what kind of start the 63 can get here.
I don't know. Top chase driver right now, Alan Young in 10th. Everybody is 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 16th. Green flag back out on the Speedway 63, down and away. Bad start from the 01 of Jared Mogard. Going to go side by side with the 36 of Ty Hester here, almost into Hester, as Hester's charging that Toyota off of turn number 2, diving off into turn number 3, tucked in behind Harnish, into the back bumper of Harnish. Going to try and make that high side work for that Hitachi white, black, and red machine.
Yeah, 2 of Harnish got so much out of whack there. End up having to give up a position to that 36. We'll see what he can do to the 63 in front of him. Can the 2 get in line? He cannot. The 01's going to challenge him up on the outside for that 3rd spot there. Got to be careful. Caution is out. Oh, no, the 20 of Devin Sarah's involved.
Heavy damage.
Not what you wanted to see.
Heavy damage, and it looks like Alan Young was in it as well. Got pushed into the wall, and the 42.
Oh, the 42
turns to 20.
Wow. The 22 got involved.
The 1?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the 1 saved it.
Yeah, the 1 almost got his clock clean by the 89 of John Kennedy. The 89 went on a slide fest and missed him. And even came over the radio, the 1 did, of Jason Stewart, thanking him for not cleaning him out. But the 20 of Devin Sarah, easily the most damage. That was unbelievable. It was just our chase drivers. It was no odd person, no random driver in the field. Those were all chase drivers involved right there.
Yeah, 44 got a little bit into the left rear of the 42, but no damage off of that. The 30, I mean, they were right there for front row seats with the 44 and the 30. And Brad Cross said, nope. And he hit the brakes. The good thing is that Alan Young was able to still continue going straight. The bad news is he does have a little bit of front end damage on that 24 Chevrolet. Biggest loser on that, of course, is that 20 car of Devin Sarah.
Yeah, you guys got to watch that wreck right there from the seat of the 42 of Jim Foose. You saw how he turned down and completely turned the 20 across his hood and actually in front of the 24. So, of course, it caused some people wrecking as well. Yeah,
Alan Young into the wall out of 2, racing with the 59 of Tyler Reed. And not sure how close that battle was actually. Go back and see if, you know, Alan had a little bit more room to try and give there, but or if the 59 had more room to try and give. But
I'll tell you what's interesting is that 59 has actually been around a couple of wrecks tonight. A couple of his chances. It's actually caused a little bit of anger. I don't know if you guys remember back early on, the first incident of the day, the 18 of Dominic Lee actually got wrecked into the wall from the 59, and he was not happy about it. He came over screaming, insulting him a little bit there. They're going to have to review that, of course, after the race, but not happy with the 59 of Tyler Reed, and here he is again involved in another incident.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, there was enough room there by my account.
Yeah, I think the 24 was not didn't get a good ride off the corner there, off of turn 2, and into the wall he went. And of course, back behind him he had nothing but chase drivers, so they're going to battle for every position they can, and really that's where it set off and involved a couple of drivers.
Well, I mean, obviously the 42 is not as hurt as we initially thought, was able to keep up with the pack. The 24 has got some damage as well. The 44 just a little bit himself. The 30, just some right rear damage to that machine. The one, of course, took the brunt of that last incident before our last caution. Devin Sarah mired back in the pack now, all the way back in 20th position, then at number 20. But 63 still out front. Got Ty Hester to his outside for this restart. Line them back up 2 by 2. You got Mogard and Hornish in row 2, 94 and 41 of Mingus, and not in row number 3, 63. Down and away. Green flag back out into the air here at Lucas Oil. And Mogard got a great jump on the leader that time around, though. He's going to try to take over the lead. 36 slams to the back of 63. Got to be careful there, Mogard. Very close with that 36 as they were working off of 2. That 63 on those older tires, though.
Oh, we got a big wreck. Caution, caution, and we have chase drivers involved again. 30, 42, 20, all involved here. 18 of Dominic Lee. Oh, just backed up into Jim Foose there. What was that?
Jim Foose.
The 59 of Tyler Reed dove into the corner, completely lost its traction, and just everyone back there not ready for it. They think they were reacting more than anything to slide through that corner. And luckily, not as much damage as you might think. The 30 and the 42 got together, but it could have been a lot worse. Yeah,
Jim locked up in anticipation of the 59 sliding underneath that 77 there. Didn't really see, I don't believe the 20 actually got through it as well. Just stopped on the racetrack. Dominic Lee involved.
That 42
I mean, it was close.
Is beat.
No, the 42 got hit by the 18 after the initial wreck.
Yeah, that's what I was calling. I don't know what happened there. The 18 just all of a sudden decided to put his truck in reverse, regardless of who was still on the track, and got into him. And that 42, he's not looking too pretty.
Well, I'd say that this 63 is one smart cookie right now, because, I mean, he can make it on fuel from here on out. It's just whether or not the 01 or the 36 is going to allow him to stay out front for any more time, because 36 completely just about ran over to 63 on those older tires on that last start. So Troy Hatt trying to sneak a win out here at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, the last time the 63 was on pit lane was lap 55. 55, which means he absolutely can make it on fuel, but his tires are very old compared to the drivers behind him.
Well, how many does it make for the night so far? We're looking at about, what, 5 cautions on the night?
This was your 6th caution for 28 laps so far.
I wish we would have bet money earlier.
Yeah, a little bit, but either way, we've got 89 laps complete out of the total 125 that we are trying to hit here. We'll see what happens, but this has been a very competitive race so far. These drivers up front, they are not giving up one bit. We'll have to see if Ty Hester gets a little aggressive here. Probably 2 of the most aggressive guys in the league are the 36 and the 01 of Jared Mogard, so we're going to have to keep a very close eye on the battle up front from now on.
And to still have this many trucks still running here while we're getting ready to come to complete a lap 90, I believe that'll leave just at 35 laps to go. You know, to still have 23 trucks on the lead lap. Actually, Giannini just went a lap down trying to get repairs done to that Best Buy Toyota. But to have 22 truck still on the lead lap this deep into this race, especially on a short track, is just a testament to how well this league is run and how these guys are managing these damaged automobiles as well.
Yeah, and we've had races where these guys have almost completely taken themselves out of the field here and almost cut it to half, but they're starting throughout the season. You can see the growth of this league as they have been getting better and better every single week.
And here we go. Once again, going to come to the stripe. Green flag back out into the air here for the Skeeber Flob's Kettle Corn at 125. Hester to the inside of the 01, trying to take over that second position. You can see the 01 is digging on that high side. Hester just about into him coming off of turn number 2. That's going to be a very troublesome spot here, as I believe the 01 just got a little loose. Oh, 36 into the 63. He checks him up, slides, caution.
They're out of it. They're off the track. Luckily, no one else involved in that. But absolutely, I was waiting for the move from Ty Hester to be a little bit aggressive, and there it was. He just wasn't expecting that 60B to be so, 63 to be so slow off the corner. I mean, he really just stopped, and the 36 got into him.
And now Ty Hester has got a huge mountain to climb here with the laps ticking off here, running under our 7th caution of the night. Mogard, though, out front in the Maxed Out Motorsports 01, dressed out in the breast cancer awareness pink. And
yeah, right now I want to point out something we talked about at the beginning of the race, Wes. Who was the last driver in the chase furthest back on the starting grid? That was the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. And look where he's found himself in 8th position. The first chase driver on this grid right now. Of course, he's got a couple in his rearview mirror back there. The 24 of Alan Young, who actually started 13th, so he's been having a decent race so far, up to 9th. But back behind him, Jason Stewart, starting just with Michael Atkins Jr., started 27th up to 10th. Very well done by those drivers.
Yeah, and the 20, a great recovery after a huge wreck involving that Speedco Chevrolet, back up into the 13th position, our pole sitter on the night. Let's see, Jim Foose has rebounded back up into 15th, and Brad Cross, your last playoff contender, going to start on the outside of the 42 in the 16th position.
Yeah, 8th through 16th are our 6 drivers spread out through those positions right there. So even though Brad Cross is telling himself, 16th, I got to do better, you got to be careful here because the chase drivers aren't leading this pack. They're right there in the middle with you.
Yeah, they're right in dangerous territory because of the one-lane mentality here for the track being on the high side. Obviously, throughout the night, the low side has worked for some, and that's why they are up out front right now. That's that 01. It's worked for the 2 on occasion. Tim Knott, though, having a great run all the way up into the 3rd position. Started in 8th. Normally a good top 10, top 15 bet, but all the way up in 3rd place. Kevin Mingus having a great run as well, up into the 4th position with that 94 Toyota.
Yeah, very nicely done. I'm actually going to highlight some guys that have gone out of this race so far. We've lost a couple of drivers out back, and that's the 39 of Jared Haggerty, the 37 of Devin Armstrong, the 5 of Scott Haller, and the 70 of Jonathan Holstein, all out of this race, joined by the 18 of Dominic Lee, and right now the 33 of Tom Giannini not making laps. That marks 24 drivers active on the racetrack, 22 on the lead lap.
Well, we're lined up 2 by 2 once again, closing up on the 100 lap mark. Of course, we've only got 30 minutes left in the race. I think we can get this race in. So let's see if we can't get another green flag running here. We've been played with cautions for the last 30, 40 laps. Oh, 1 and 2. He's hitting on the start, not even down and away. Green flag back out to the air. Mogard, great jump on Harnish. Side by side behind him, the 15 almost into the 59.
No, not almost. They absolutely hit. Oh, and there goes the 59, turn in front of our chase drivers.
And, the one's involved, the 30. The 42 involved again. And ARCA breaks Central on the backstretch.
Ooh, man, that's gonna be a nightmare for some of these chase drivers. That one was, I think he was on his freaking roof there for a moment. He almost went there.
The 77 just pushed up into the 59. 24, I believe he did get a little bit of the wall outside, but he just barely got by at the 20 as well, the 44. But the 130 and the 42 with that late hit from the 59 backing down to the rest of the track. Don't believe that Foos got hit by anybody else. Maybe the new, almost the 97 of Diablo, but the one is smoking. Should be the 30 as well. Yeah, he's going to have a blown motor. Well, actually, he looks to be all right, but that one, Jason Stewart, unfortunately, has smoke billowing out of that Visit Florida #1 car, and the 30 does as well. Brad Cross, he's going to have to try and bring that in here. And we're going to go on board with the 20 and just watch.
Ooh, a lot of drama going on right now. You know, I was going to say this before I just heard what happened, but the 59 actually, he didn't get run into. The 59 cut down and met the 77. The 59 has been coming off the corner and going very, very low. And now, Wes, I don't know if you heard that, but the 59 not even invited to this event. Unfortunately, the admins couldn't catch him by the time they gridded up. 59 is not supposed to be here, and they are not happy about it.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of different ways that you can run the track. Actually, I pretty much run the same line as well. So,
Interesting. Yeah, and what's funny is I did notice he tried to join, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago, and was a little confused as to why he was racing today. But honestly, that paint job kind of won me over. But unfortunately, he's just been involved in so many accidents today, including with our chase drivers. I mean, we started this thinking, all right, 30 laps to go, our chase drivers might be looking good, but oh man, that took out quite a few.
Well, Mogard is still out front. Looks like the 64 beat the pace car off pit road, so he's going to stay on the lead lap. That's only 17 drivers on the lead lap right now, as Brad Cross is still putt-putting out there, killing mosquitoes in turns 1 and 2 right now. He's going to have that engine's only got but so long left until he ends up expiring.
Every lap matters, because who knows, they go back to green, our leaders wreck, and all of a sudden there's 5 cars that are completely crashed out, and you got Brad Cross here smoking, able to make up some position. So it's worth trying, but he won't get in the way. Brad Cross is not that type of driver. He'll pull off, he'll let drivers go by him, and of course once that engine blows, he'll get off the track.
Yeah, and I mean, we're looking at it right now, pretty much solidified. Well, yeah, Kennedy's off the track, Holland's off the track, so Jim Foo's going to come home 22nd tonight. Jason Stewart in 20th. That is your 2 lowest finishers for the race. The rest of these guys, Brad Cross in 16th, going to have a 3-lap advantage. Actually, he's pulled it into the pits as well. I believe his night is done as well. But you still have Devin Sarah, Michael Atkins Jr., and Alan Young all up here, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So you got row 4 and the outside of row 3, the 3 remaining chasers. And Brad Cross going to be that magical 4th spot. Green flag back out onto the raceway here. Great jump from both of the front runners. A good anticipation from that 2 Skittles machine. That 24 and 44 really close back here, almost into each other. And we have broke the 100 lap mark. We have just about 20 to go, not this time by, but the next time by.
Hey, what, that last wreck took out so many drivers. Look who's already back in the top 10. That is the 63 of Troy Haddad and the 36 of Ty Hester, both involved in an incident not so many laps ago. They're back in the top 10.
And yeah, still a little bit of the same old song and dance right here. The 63 and 36 are definitely on newer tires than a lot of these guys in front of them. Mogard pulling out to about a half-second lead right now. Harnish has got a mirror full of Mingus And Tim Knott very loose coming off 15 into the wall in front of our chase contenders. Going to cut it down in front of Alan Young and regain momentum. Jeremy Banning, that 15 off of 4, still has it pointed in the right direction.
They've got to be careful here. It looks like the 36 really trying to size up that 20. Not quite able to do it. The 44 is also a little slow. The 20 of Devin Sarah. Looks like he's going to block a lot better of it and let that 36 Ty Hester dive into the corner. And the 20 will benefit from off as he is going to have that high lane.
Yeah, almost into Hester there. I don't know, maybe it's just my connection to the server, but there's been a lot of net code here tonight.
Yeah, a little bit. No, absolutely. And of course, coming off of these turns have been absolutely crazy. That is 100% where almost all of these wrecks have come from. It's just coming off these corners. You never know where that truck's going to be. These guys are just trying to hang on right now.
Well, ultimately, the Truck Series doesn't come here anymore. You know, this track wasn't the admins choosing to come and run here. So, I mean, they've seen what the short tracks have done throughout the whole year. I mean, they put on some great races, but a ton of cautions and a ton of incidents as well.
I'll also want to mention the one of Jason Stewart has made it back on track. He's 6 laps down, currently in the 17th position, but hey, there's still spots he can make up with 16 laps to go if anyone else has trouble.
Yeah, that truck is completely potatoed.
Hey, he's not in the way. Let him run. He's a chase driver. He's going to need to make up as many points as possible. And honestly, Jared Mogard is out in the lead by a second right now over the 2 truck. If that one can just stay out of the way, along with a couple of other drivers, they shouldn't cause any trouble here. But side by side going into turn 3, we've got the 20 and the 36.
Yeah, Hester still trying to get that spot away from Sarah. That's a battle for 8th. Hester is burning up those tires, though, on running that inside lane. He's a lot better on the outside. Actually, a lot slower coming off of turn 2 that time. Pushed up just a little bit too much. But Hester trying to rebound, trying to get up front. I think he's going to run out of time about 30 laps to go.
Yeah. Need a little bit more time and less wrecks. Yeah, he was involved in a couple that really slowed his progress down, and unfortunately, he's just not going to be able to get there. 13 laps to go. It looks like these guys are mostly single file with, of course, the 20 and the 36 still try to go side by side. Everyone else keeping it relatively clean right now.
15 wiggling off of turn number 4. Collects it, the 20, turn number 4, I think I said 24, but the 24 was looking to try to take advantage of it, kind of like Tim Knott was there off of turn number 2. But, I mean, this...
Yeah, for those not familiar with the 15 of Jeremy Banning, he's currently up in the 5th position.
Oh, 41. Tim Knott's around on the front stretch. Caution is out once again. And the 41 truck of Tim Knott had a great run going. Lost it there on the old tires coming out of turn number 4. Actually, I think maybe he was just trying... No, yep, he just completely lost it.
It's always coming out of the turns. These guys just can't keep those rear tires under him and completely go on from it. Unfortunately for him, he's going to lose so many positions running in the 4th spot back there. This should be the last caution when we go to green. We're only going to have about 1 or 2 more laps before the next flag will bring it out. So might be the last restart here. Got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, that's going to put the 41 to the back of the just about the back of the pack here. Only 15 cars left on the lead lap, and Jason Stewart has passed Brad Cross on the leaderboard by 2 spots, up into 17th by staying out here, getting that truck repaired.
Very important. That means the 30 and the 42 are the last 2 drivers in the chase, so we'll have to see how big of an impact that makes. But Brad Cross currently losing positions. He actually just lost another one. Scott Smith, still running on the racetrack, was able to pick up that spot.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see. Tyler Reed is not running anymore, or anybody close to him, so that's more than likely where he is going to finish here tonight. He is getting his damage repaired, though. His truck is still in the pits, so he might try to come out and maybe get lucky here. As 21, I don't know what's happened to him. He may have, well, he's coming down the pit lane. That's why he's going so slow. But
well, unless the 66 of Edward Bray has troubles, he can't pick up another spot. Scott Smith can. So, yeah, it'd be worth calling it at night. His truck is almost completely toast. Like I said, unless Edward Bray has some trouble, it's going to be a very rare moment if he is able to pick up another spot. But either way, you're right. 15 drivers still on the lead lap here. Still got about 19 that are currently active. Still a decent size for the amount of cautions that we've had. A couple of big ones, but drivers able to walk away from them. Very impressed. And we have, towards the end of this race, our first chase driver in the top 5, and that is the 24 of Alan Young.
yeah, and he's got company in 6th and 7th as well in the 44 and the 20 right behind him. Those are the only 3 drivers still active. Well, besides Jason Stewart, the only 3 chase drivers on the lead lap. I was going to say active on the track, but, you know, Jason's still putt-putting around here. I mean,
yeah, Jason's in it for the medal. He's in it for the participation medal.
The front of that truck is so crooked, it looks like it's throwing up gang signs.
Oh, man. That truck is bent. You can tell that. But look, either way, he could bring it in, but he's going to stick it out there, try and run as many laps as he can. And because of that, he's going to be able to hold on to that position in the 17th spot. And again, Brad Crossow back in 20th and Jim Foose in 22nd. Those two are going to drop to the bottom of the leaderboard in terms of chase drivers. Those are going to be your 2 out if the next round came next week. But luckily, they have 2 more races to go.
Well, the thing is, you know, Stewart's only 3 positions ahead of Cross and only 5 ahead of Foose. So there's only going to be 5 points difference between who makes it and who doesn't advance to the championship round in Homestead in 3 weeks. So, like you said, every point is counting. Stewart, well, no, he's got it's 4 and 6. Excuse me. So 6 points separates from. Well, actually 4 separates you from going back. Yeah, I'm losing it right now. I think I'm smelling toast. Let's get this thing back under the green, shall we?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. Watch out for Jared Morgan, man. He's going to jump out here.
Yeah, he is. Got it.
Oh, completely stumbled in the back of the pack there.
Somebody did not get going there.
No, they did not. The 2, though, look at this drive out of the corner. Oh,
they're 44,
Michael
20.
Jr. involved. Oh, there goes the 20.
Oh, 20 to 40. Oh, no. That's the last caution of the race. Mogard is going to walk away with another short track win on the season. Picked it up at Iowa and Rockingham. So, daggone it.
Tell you what, the only person happy to see that is the 24 of Alan Young. And that's just because he's finally put some room between him and all the other chase drivers. But, man, that was a bad wreck for the 20. He kind of got tossed between a couple of drivers there. A little bit of a ping-pong ball there for just a moment.
I mean, what?
Well,
what
first
in the
of all,
world?
let's go back to that restart. What started that was the 44 of Michael Adkins Jr. did not get going. In fact, it looked like he missed a shift. That caused the top side to go back a few spots. The 24 got out in front of the 20 coming out of the corner. This is really what caused it. The 20 coming out of 2 down the backstretch got into the 44. Just got into the 44 coming off the corner, turned them, and then away they went.
Yeah, those tires are completely worn out. He just pushed up the track, and unfortunately the 44 was sitting there. And good job by Atkins for not letting that truck go around. Unfortunately, the 20 of Devin Sarah got it to just about everything but the pace car there on the backstretch. So 44 was involved. The 97, huge hit. The 39 got into the 25 while the 20 was still spinning out. So just a major wreck from our remaining 3 lead lap chasers.
Yeah, and this is going to be the 3rd win of the season for the 01 of Jared Mogard. Finally going to get his hat trick here, as he's last won at, I believe it was Iowa, was his last victory way back in June, and then a little bit before that was his win at Rockingham. So if there's any track that he's really, really good on, it's these almost mile-long tracks, a little bit less than a mile. I mean, he's been dominating them pretty much all season.
Yep, he sure has. That 01 taking the white flag under the command of the pace car, and you know, he's definitely one of the short track kings out here. I mean, just looking at the rest of them, you got Sam Maxwell, the one at Bristol. I mean, if you can count Eldora, we'll count it. Brad Cross, Martinsville was Brad Cross. So he's got that one advantage over him. But of course, we still have Phoenix coming up in 2 weeks' time. So going to see if he can, you know, try to get his third win there, or, well, the third win would put him into the chase. But anyway, checkered flag for the 01, the Maxed Out Motorsports ride of Jaron Mogard, your winner here in the Skeeber Flob's Kettle Corn 125 at Lucas Oil Raceway.
A nice race by Jaron Mogard, able to get that victory, and that was about right for the way this race went, with the exception of course, Ty Hester. Jaron Mogard led quite a few laps here. He was doing well throughout the night, so it's good to see him get that win. It wasn't as if someone had stole it from him from the last lap. So very well done by that driver there, and we'll see him start to celebrate here.
Well, I think he's throwing a audible out here. He's going around another time.
Just wants to make sure, that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. This season, Wes, I'm sure you could remember, Jared has gotten a few races stolen from him while he was in first, and either by another player or or his own computer, his own internet has gone out. That's kicked him out of the race. So it's about time he's got another win under his belt, because man, it was a tough season about halfway through for him.
Yeah, it definitely was. Good showing from Harnish and Jeremy Banning. That's going to round out top three. Hopefully, we get a couple of these guys into the thing here we have that we're all in. Yeah, the booth.
Yep.
And yeah, it's been a long day. I'll tell you that. But you know, congratulations goes out to the top three. We'll get your results here momentarily, and they are up. Jared Mogard, your winner here tonight. Jordan Harnish, that number 2, finishes in the 2 spot. Jeremy Banning rounds out your top 3. Fourth went to Kevin Mingus with a good run all night. Stayed up in the top 5 for the entire night. And top playoff finisher in the 24 of Alan Young rounds out your top 5. Ty Hester rebounds all the way up to the 6th position. Andrew Garrels comes out of nowhere and finishes in 7th. I mean, we were looking at him 2-3 laps down at the beginning of the race. Just shows you what perseverance will
never give
will
up,
get you.
Man. Never give up.
Troy Hatt in 8th, Alex Geese 9th, and Tim Knott still rounds out your top 10. Michael Atkins Jr. going to come home in 11th after that incident involving the 20 of Devin Sarah, who finished in the 12th position. Chris Titus 13th. Lee Staples in 14th. Jacob Greider rounds out your field on the lead lap in the 15th position. And then starting multiple laps down, the 16th goes to Andy Diablo in at number 97. Jason Stewart, another one of our playoff contenders, in the 17th position. Edward Bray 18th. Scott Smith 19th. And Brad Cross rounds out the top 20. 21st goes to Tyler Reed. Jim Foose going to be scored in 22nd. 23rd, Steve Buhala. John Kennedy in 24th. 25th, Tom Giannini. Dominic Lee in 26th. 27th, Jonathan Holstein. Scott Haller, 28th. 29th, Jared Haggerty. And Devin Armstrong rounding out our 30-truck field. And it does look like we have a couple of people still waiting for. I believe we did just find Harnish, and I believe we're going to bring in Jeremy first.
Yes, absolutely. We have our 3rd place finisher tonight in the 15 truck is Jeremy Banning. Hey, Jeremy, you got us?
Loud and clear.
Fantastic. We'll talk about that race. It seemed very eventful for you. A couple of times you got a little loose there, almost landed against the wall once. Man, you were hanging on to that truck. I think everyone was really qualified 20th throughout the race, so you had to pick up a bunch of spots here tonight. Talk about that.
Yeah, definitely after qualifying, did not expect to finish with the top three here tonight. It was a tough race for sure. Definitely just hanging on quite a few times.
Yeah, only a little bit, but talk about that last restart there. I know you guys didn't get to race, unfortunately. It didn't go down to the checkered flag under green, but either way, you were able to hang on there. Were you expecting to try to pull out any strategy here tonight?
Yeah, that last restart actually got lucky. Was able to start on the top. Probably the last 4 or 5 restarts we had, I just got to the bottom every time on the restarts, and finally got to the top. So I just planned to drive it in and hope it would stick. And honestly, yeah, I knew I had some good trucks behind me, so I was kind of hoping we'd get a quick caution it in that way, and I could get the top 3.
I'll tell you what, looking at your stats for this season, I mean, you have raced on probably the most random 5 set of racetracks. This was your 5th race, and of course, here, Talladega, Chicagoland, Mosport, and Bristol, probably the most 5 random racetracks you could race at. Did you end up picking those out, or just however you were available?
Yeah, it really just kind of came down to schedule and everything else, and it definitely made it interesting, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on your first top 3 of the season. Is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely got to promote the podcast I do. It's on my truck, Ileana Stock Car Radio. It's on iTunes there, so I hope everyone go check that out. Also, S4 Motorsports, Good Acre Photography, Task Force Tips, Firefighting Equipment, Amcus Rescue Systems, and definitely Jim Foose and all the guys here at ASRS that put the series on.
All right, a big thank you to Jeremy Bannon. Again, congratulations, and we will hope to see you next week at Texas.
All right, excellent. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely, and again, big congratulations to him. That was a great run throughout the night, and actually his first top 3 finish and his second top 5 of the season. So big congratulations to him, and we're going to go ahead and pull in our second place finisher of the night, Jordan Harness in the 2 truck here, running that Skittle paint scheme. Hey, Jordan, you got us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fantastic. Well, walk us through the night. It seemed like you had a pretty decent truck for the most part. You started up in 14th, so you had a little bit of work on your hands, but dude, you did pretty well throughout the night. Did you expect to finish that high?
No, I expect to get wrecked like I normally do in these things, but second's definitely better than that.
Yeah, I'd say so. That was a pretty good race where it looks like you got there at the last restart. Did you have any particular strategy you were going to try to use? Unfortunately, it didn't go to green, but did you have anything in your mind as that restart came?
I had plenty in my mind, but probably shouldn't mention what was on the docket had I reached him.
Fair enough. We'll leave it there. But yeah, I mean, this is easily your first top 10, top 5, and top 3 of this season. Big congratulations to you. Is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
I just got to thank Ty Hester for making me actually do this.
Okay, fair enough. Well, again, congratulations to you on your second place finish here tonight, and we wish you the best of luck at Texas.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Again, that was the 2 of Jordan Harness finishing in his second place tonight. And of course, we're going to pull in our winner of the evening. That is the 01 of Jared Mogart. Let's see if he is available for an interview. Hey, Jared, you got us?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, there we go. Weren't quite sure you were dropped out of the booth for a second there, but either way, we got you, man. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a while since I've came to talk to you guys, so it feels pretty good. You get back to victory lane here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was since June was the last time you won, but looking at your wins, they came in Iowa and Rockingham, so you're pretty familiar with finishing up front at these type of racetracks.
Yeah, I was pretty confident coming into this one. I like this track just like Iowa. Races a lot the same. Yeah, we've been running okay. Not like we wanted to be, but yeah, we were looking forward to it. Wanted to get back to victory lane, this truck series, and we had this one circled. We had a few more circled on the rest of the season here that we're looking forward to. So yeah, feels pretty good. So I was surprised to get 30 laps here to start the race green. So that's kind of nice, kind of getting a rhythm and get things figured out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go back to a moment where the 63 and the 36 got into each other, and all of a sudden you came out of that with the lead there. Were you expecting that? It seemed like really came out of nowhere, and yeah, you didn't lose it after that.
Yeah, that 63 he's out there on old tires, and he made it work there for a couple of restarts. And the one he actually violated one of the rules he came up before the start finish line there. But no, it's just guys with fresh tires are running hard, trying to get the lead, and I don't know. Hester wasn't giving me much room, which is expected. That's how we race each other. But I don't know. Looked like he kind of got in a little too hot, got into 63, and took the lead, and didn't look back there.
And the rest was history. Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on this win. Do you have anyone you want to give a shout out to or thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Twitchy Race Reports, Nick Kaufman and Kaufman Racing Graphics, and Club Midwest, and we're running the pink colors for breast cancer awareness. Our team owner Chris Titus's mom is battling cancer right now, so we're thinking about her a lot, and all these wins and everything we do on the track is for her. So we want her to know we're thinking about her, and we're pulling for her to keep fighting, and we know she'll make it through this. So this one's for her, and just gotta thank my team, Max out. Probably one of no, I know they are the best team out there, so I gotta thank Chris Titus for allowing me to be a part of it, and just we're really rolling right now, and we gotta keep it going. So just want to thank ASRS, Jim, and everybody. And again, you guys for doing an outstanding job with the broadcast. You guys are really killing it. So keep up the good work, and really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it, man. And again, congratulations. We hope to see you down there in Texas.
Alrighty, sounds good, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Again, that is the 0-1 of Jared Mogard getting his third victory of the season here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. Wes, I'm going to keep it very brief here. That was an incredible race. The battles throughout the wrecks. Our chase drivers, I think every single chase driver got a piece of something throughout the night. And unfortunately for three of them, it really, really hurt them in the end. But big congratulations to the 24 of Alan Young, able to bring it home in the top 5. Easily the best chaser of the night.
Yeah, definitely has a decent advantage. Just 6-point advantage over Michael Atkins Jr. It's going to be a 7-point over Devin Sarah. Actually, Sarah led a lap, so he gets a bonus point for that. So him and Atkins should be tied. And Jason Stewart, let's see, he's only going to have 12 points separating him from the leader, and only 6 from him and elimination. So we're going to see everybody back here Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, for the Masterworks Residential 175K at Texas, 73 laps at the Texas Motor Speedway
on Halloween. I think we're going to see some spooky wrecks there.
I think I'm just going to wear a mask the whole time, so all you hear is... So for Katie Reed, Tony Knuckles on the ones and twos, and myself, we are OCTV. We are out. We'll see you next Tuesday.